What's up everybody, Andy Shea from Moon Reborn, and today we're going to be talking about Naboso technology. Now I got this from Dr. Emily Splicko about 3 months ago, but then this whole COVID thing happened, blah 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 blah, hence delay of the video, but here it is, and let me explain to you what this incredible tech actually does for the human body. Now, Naboso was founded by Dr. Emily Splicko. She's an incredible human being, a podiatrist. I met her 7 years ago at a fitness conference, and she changed the entire way I looked at the human foot in about 1 hour. And she's the first podiatrist I've ever met that promotes movement over orthotics. If you want to learn more from her, you can totally read her book called Barefoot Strong. Really simple, easy to digest, little book that explains to you so much about the foot, how to activate the arches and short foot technique and all of that type of stuff. I'll link that in my description below. Now, one of the biggest missions in us movement pros is to help the general population understand the power of good foot mechanics, and more importantly, how to move and train them. And essentially, it comes down to 3 main things. 1, be barefoot as often as possible. 2, move on multiple different surfaces, from sand, gravel, grass, stones, blah blah blah, as many of those surfaces as possible to stimulate the foot to work in multiple different ways. And 3, wear the right housing for your feet in order to support number 1 and 2. And you can watch that video of my recommended shoes in this video over here. Now, I realize that not everybody has the environment that they can be barefoot as often as possible and walk and train on all these multiple different surfaces. And I'm pretty sure Dr. Emily figured that out too, hence she created this. Now, she put a lot of time and effort building the technology to create something as simple as this. Now, if you look at it, it's a very, very simple piece of insole that you just slide into your shoes, but the texture, this little triangle dots and stuff, this is what's gold. So the whole idea behind this is to be able to stimulate your foot in such a way that it mimics you walking barefoot while you're still in your shoes. So she spent so many years engineering this, and she's making it better and better every single time. I think this is her 2.0 version, which are the Neuro insoles. Essentially, it gives your foot even more stimulus. So what I love about it is that it's so thin. Look at that. It's only 2 millimeters thick and can fit into pretty much any shoe that you currently have. And the whole idea is not a normal insole that gives you more cushioning or support. The whole idea is to give your feet more sensory input so that your brain thinks that even when you're walking in your shoes, you're essentially barefoot. That's why I dig these things. So if you're already wearing minimal shoes and you have these in your minimal shoes, you're even closer to the ground. And if you're wearing dress shoes or things that are suboptimal for work and everything, having these in will still give you more stimulus than you would without it. So Emily, good on you. This is really, really cool stuff. And Dr. Emily actually has their new brands of yoga mats and gym mats that you can actually train on so that you're getting even more stimulus while you're working out, which is really, really cool stuff. Now, to be honest, when I first got these, I was also super skeptical. I'm like, seriously, it's just a little bumpy mat thing that you put into your shoes? Whatever. Until I hosted a Parkinson's regeneration workshop with my buddy Carl Sterling. One of the most amazing things that we did within the workshop was simply just analyze the gait pattern of people with Parkinson's or neurological diseases, and they basically just walking up and down. And for people with neurological issues, gait tells a lot because like they're stumbling, they're dragging their feet, or their arms don't move, or they're shaking and stuff like that. We took videos of all of this stuff as well. Those are all data points that we were logging down. And we also asked the patient how they were feeling when they're walking, and most of the times they felt like they were unsafe, they feel like they were gonna fall, or they're hesitating, like turning around and walking back and stuff like that. So we took all of that into consideration, and here's the kicker. We put them outside so they didn't even know what we were doing. All we did was take their shoes, put the insoles in it, and then made them take off their socks so that they're barefoot against the insoles, put them back into the shoes with the insoles in it, and made them walk again. And what happened after that blew my mind. When the people with Parkinson's started walking with the insoles in, things were night and day different. Their arms started swinging better, they turned around faster, they weren't dragging their feet as much, they had this confidence that you can literally just see in their eyes that they're just like, I don't know what just happened, but something is really, really cool. And we didn't cue them, we didn't tell them how to walk or do anything. We simply just put the insoles in and made them walk. That was live feedback that we saw instantaneously without changing anything else. And this convinced me, it's not only for people with neurological issues, it's for pretty much everyone. Foot stimulus is so important because every time the foot strikes the ground, it sends signals to the rest of the body to tell the brain how to respond to forces. Now, if the foot can't sense what's actually happening because the shoe that we have is taking the brunt of the strain, the rest of the body won't know how to respond to the stressor of every single step. And that's why so many of us end up falling and tripping and hurting ligaments and joints and stuff like that, is simply because the foot doesn't know how to send the right information to the brain. So we need all the assistance that we can get, whether it's by training barefoot or by putting something as simple as this into our shoes for everyday life to make things a little bit easier. So who do I recommend this for? Honestly, everybody. Whether you already can move your foot really well, you need even more stimulus, or for people who have plantar fasciitis or a lot of pain, start with these as well. Start small. Start by walking on it for like 30 minutes a day, then an hour, and then over time, like, you'll be able to start walking on it more and more and more, because your foot is actually building that strength as it's sending more and more signals and getting more feedback to send to the brain. It's huge tool for virtually anybody with any issues, whether you have plantar fasciitis or bunions or tight calves, knee pain, back pain, whatever it is. These will just give you more stimulus. It won't fix anything, but it will tell your brain to interpret movement better. And that's the assistance that we need as much as possible. And if pain reduction or mobility comes with it, even better. Now here's a fun experiment I've been dabbling around with too. Biofeedback technique works well with this too. If you haven't seen that video, you can watch it over here. Essentially, you're gonna test your biofeedback is in the hamstring test. Step on these and then retest again. And most of the times, you'll naturally gain a little bit more mobility while you're stepping on these, because your brain is actually sensing that it needs more stimulus within the foot. So if you'd like to learn more about these, the link is in the description below. Naboso Technology Insoles, they have yoga mats, they have workout mats and all of that type of stuff too. If you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, please hit that subscribe button. It will help a lot. And like this video if you truly do like it. I'm always up for different suggestions of new product reviews or specific content that you would like to film. So if you do, shoot me a comment below and I'll try to make a video on that. My name is Andy Shea from Reborn. Have an awesome day. Peace.